So here we are in Bangkok, and as part of my ongoing series of Sea Game and Trek, I'm going to show you the world famous Soi Cowboy. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a look at it during the day. And then we're going to come back here at night and see what it looks like then.
Bangkok is a thriving metropolis of about 20 million people. And like any other metropolis, it's like a living, breathing organism. Tucked away in the downtown area of this organism is a street that you would easily walk past during the day thinking it was an alley. This small nondescript soi, which means street in English, is called Soi Cowboy. And because of the prices of the women and entertainment on this street, it caters mainly to foreign tourists that are spending the powerful dollar, euro, and yen. Soi Cowboy contains one of the 3 densest red light districts in Bangkok. The first bar opened in Soi Cowboy in the early 70s during the Vietnam War, but it was not until 1977 that a second bar opened on the street by a guy named Cowboy Edwards, who was a retired American airman. Edwards got his nickname because he often wore a cowboy hat, and the Soi was given its name in reference to him. During the early to late afternoon, you've got vendors catering to the working girls. You've got support staff that keeps the bars operating and repaired during low hours. You've got the laundry being done, dogs and cats being walked and fed. And you've got the ubiquitous rats looking for leftover morsels before the crowd start to pack the street for the night. I'm always fascinated by the change a famous red light district makes from day to night. To say that Soi Cowboy goes through a transition, it isn't enough. It goes through a metamorphosis. A normal day-to-day wage-earning work life gives way as the sun sets to a flamboyant life of lights, music, drugs, drinks, prostitution, dancing, and revelry that attacks the senses with an overload of stimulus that quite frankly can't help but create its own excitement. Now, I've been through here during the day several times counting bars, and I've counted up to 36. But this doesn't include the 8 to 15 or so secret bars that open up after 2 a.m. in the bars and the upper floors. It also doesn't include the countless street vendors that work this street. And all of this goes on within about 150 meter long soi. It's just absolutely amazing. And then we've got this guy. I'll tell you, I feel more accosted by the watch sellers than I do by the women working the streets. I mean, these guys are relentless.
How much for that one, sir? This one market is fancy, but I am wholesale. Okay. My discount price. Okay, let me go. I gotta get some money. I can't afford that right now. How much is your money, sir? Yeah, no. I'll be there.
Okay. Yeah. So where was I? First, let me say, even though you wouldn't know it, buying and selling sex is illegal. So caveat emptor, my friend. Caveat emptor whenever you're in Thailand. You see, the thing is, you come on this street and you think, wow, there must be 2,000 to 5,000 working girls on this street. But how do you count a sex worker? They're not just the girls who are in bikinis. Oh no. Almost every woman on this street is selling sex, either as a primary, secondary, or tertiary brand. Or they wouldn't be on this street at all. And that includes barmaids, ladyboys, single female patrons. It's just simply how this street operates. Take these women here, for instance. Both of them from the African continent. They are definitely working the street. How do I know? I asked them. All of this is driven in large part by a rich Thailand with a huge wage disparity. Many of the Thai women who are working here come from an area called Isan. It's a large rural area in northeastern Thailand that has been heavily affected by shrinking pay and jobs due to big farming and an increase in low-paying sweatshop jobs. Without getting too deep into the geopolitical economics of Southeast Asia, suffice it to say that these women will make about 300 baht, or $10 a day, or $250 a month working in factories back home. But on a decent day on Soi Cowboy, they can make $250 in one day. And if only one customer falls in love with them, which happens more than you would think, they'll start getting their rent paid and all sorts of other perks. And you know what I say? Good on you, girl. But not all is roses and rainbows for these young ladies, as you might expect. And it'll explain some of their aggressive salesmanship techniques. You see, they have to get a set amount of customers to drink a set amount of drinks every month, or it comes out of their pay. Also, they have to work 7 days a week if they have to, and if they don't bring in enough customers or develop some sugar daddy relationships, they may find themselves having to move on. Behind the smiles and the positive attitudes, it really is a pretty dog-eat-dog street life. And all this is going on while they are probably sending money to their entire extended families back home. So with that, I just report the news. I don't make it. But since I'm talking mostly to men here, I always say you can't go wrong by being humble and giving respect to the many ladies that are out here grinding it out. After at least a total of 2 years in Thailand, for what it's worth, I personally have never had an altercation or a bad moment with anyone in Thailand. I find respect is immediately reciprocated. Now, if you like this video and the sometimes quirky or different take I have on things, please feel free to subscribe and join us on the journey.
Are you the owner?
And with that, I'll see you on the high ground. Thanks and have a great night.